my TV heads. Hey, we might have a winner. TV heads. We are the TV heads. As you can clearly see, still, yeah. That is the mood today. This image by itself basically just represents today. What was up about such shitty today? You know what? I hate today already. Let's just get past it. I'm here to help you. What is up? It is your boy Tien. Here to narrate everything. Needed that wake up call. Okay. Chill time. I'm gonna get real low with it. Also, I figured out that my microphone was for the computer was better than my normal one. So I wasted like $40 on that shit. Well, it wasn't me, it was my one, so. Hi. I know. The one with me naked was pretty weird. Trust me, I need the views. For the views. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'll try to scream this stuff now. But I think it sounds better, to be honest. Alright, enough of my banter. Opening his eyes to see a massive waterfall. Deku rises from the water, grasping onto breaths. Blood coming from the water under the waterfall. He finds this weird. He shambles his way under it, finding a cave, thinking to himself, this must be where she landed. I have to kill her before she reconciles and then leaves. Hell, I may be bleeding internally, but I'll be damned if I didn't finish what I started. He rushes into the cave, well, as fast as he could, you know, limping and bleeding all over the place. Let's, He sees her laying on the ground, bleeding from the waist, almost lifeless on the ground. Suddenly she jumps up, jabbing her claws into his neck, and choke-holding him with her left arm, until Deku grabs her arm, and a coma of pure rage and strength comes over him, and he rips off a piece of her arm that was choking him. As she reels in pain, he sees a huge gash in her stomach that was there from the fall. He punches straight into it 3 times, each one a jackhammer punch, but her armor was simply too thick for his punches to connect. She recollects herself, and with a headbutt, she knocks him to the opposite side of the wall where they were. This makes him bite his tongue so hard that it forever scars it, biting off the tip of it. As it is bleeding a lot, he's, you know, it looks like saliva is coming out of his mouth. That's, yeah, gotta put him down. I mean, he's been beaten, tossed. He's had to fight so many people over this last 2 hours. That last hit might have done him in, but you know, this incredible strength that he's gotten from Hitokiri, you know, it's helping him out a lot. And he gets this sudden confidence boost again from the rage. It keeps on giving, you know, it's crazy. And he looks back at Apollyon ready to attack. But it looks like she's on her last legs too. It's just insane that neither of them want to give up after all of this. In his mindset, he says that if he could just defeat her, everything would be right. All the villains would leave and leave all the children alone. It's all depending on me. I just gotta, and then Kyogiri has to ruin it. Kyogiri steps out from a portal, whispering something into Apollon's ear, but apparently she just simply ignores him. Grabbing him from the neck, she tightens his grip even more on him until he opens up a portal, summoning Vikings, samurai, and knights, all in all coats of armor, came through. Their shining weapons, menacing weapons, taking hold of the battlefield underground. Deku cannot believe his eyes. He's lost. There's nothing he can do. He falls to his knees. All of his pride and anger just seem to fall out of him. All the pain that he had endured this whole time just seemed to come on back. He realizes that he's fucked. There's nothing he can do about it. Apollyon stretches out her hand, signaling for all of the warriors to attack Deku. All the factions seems to cover the hillside. There's just so many of them because they have warriors, and there's maybe one captain is one of the heroes. One of the playable characters in For Honor. And each one of them is a captain of the army, most likely in ranking order. And they have people with them already. Bit of overkill if you think about it. And they're basically just covering the hillside now. Down to the... And this is a huge open cave system. So there's plenty of space for them. And that's halfly why they have so many people. But as she stretches out her arm, she notices that one of the factions was not moving. The samurai. When she looks over saying, "Oh, yes, my technique."
What is the meaning of this?
Symptom, the samurai leader, I named him Symptom, yeah, get over it, slices off her hand and then kicks her down, sheathing his sword inside of her ribs. Don't take it. Don't you motherfucking... Don't! The rest of the samurai... I can't get through half of one without you fucking... The rest of the samurai start sabotaging the other factions and disappearing into the dark before they can hunt them down. They do this over and over again as a strategy, as it helps them a lot because, they're more used to the dark. Deku shouts, "Kensei! I knew you would come back and help. It only took a bit of convincing, but it looks like..." And falls on his face. He's instantly knocked out. He's been through a lot today, okay, guys? I'm gonna give him a bit of a break. Kensei unsheathes his sword from Apollyon's body, running to Deku. His whole samurai faction took hold of the battlefield. As their betrayal came as a surprise, they all rushed the rest of the factions, killing some of them and capturing the rest. Well, some of the rest, but then driven back by the main force of Apollon's army. The Vikings took charge and headed first at him. Raiders taking the brunt, shoulder charging, and some of the wardens helping out, pushing the main force of Kensei's, his special people. Kensei, each faction leader have special, units, and Kensei's special units is an Orochi, Nobushi, and him, He doesn't have many. The others, the Vikings have plenty. But they're not as good, that's the point. Anyways. They're being driven back into the deeper parts of the cave with Deku's body. And then suddenly the two of the wardens and the two raiders' heads were sliced off and cut into a million pieces in the air, like little peach flowers just dangling in the wind. And as nicely, he lands, but the shaman was quick to notice this and tried to tackle him, succeeding in stabbing him multiple times, and then as she went for the bite, he rolled out of the way. When she hopped on him again and went for the third stab, his armor protected him against the third blow. He grabbed her arm activating a smoke bomb that he had hidden in his mouth, kicking her hard in the stomach as she lands on her feet and out of breath. No, you got the wind knocked out of you. That's what it's called. God damn it. Might as well restart. Getting the wind knocked out as she lands. Orochi is faster, however, slicing upwards from her back, dismantling her spine, killing her. The blood sprays everywhere like a goddamn fountain, staining his armor. Deku's just like, thank you. You did good. He's just fucking just out like a light as he says thank you. So Symptom, the Kensei leader, if you forgot about him, says to Nor, which is the name of the Orochi, if you need deliver this message to the rest of the faction. If you need backup, just go into the shadows. This is our safe haven for now. I need to find a better one. I saw the castle down there. It will help us very much. We need a strategy too. Reconvene at the tower when I say so. Nor has a mask, so whoever has a mask understands. Nor says, What about Deku? What about Deku? Faction leader Kensei. Symptom says, get him to the castle as fast as you can. Once you have reconvened with everybody, we'll head there ourselves. Keep to the darkness, Orochi. You work best with that. Plus, make sure that the archers get here. It'll take the peacekeepers and gladiators off our flanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir!
Symptom starts running to get to the 2nd Regiment that was defending the castle. They're in pieces at this point, and Nobushi is holding off Centurion and Conqueror at the same time. Symptom says, what's the situation, Nobushi? Nobushi can't say anything as she is fighting. Conqueror keeps charging at her, taking on her spear to the shield. Conqueror keeps charging at her, taking her spear to the shield. And then Centurion uses that time to rile up a huge jumping stab. And this time it succeeded. He stabs her into the leg, punching straight through, and then he punches her in the face while she's down. Symptom, however, had troops with him and started firing on her position. Centurion dodged behind Conqueror, who holds up his shield, blocking all of the arrows, and Nobushi crawls off of the battlefield and getting to the castle gates. One of the archers asks Symptom what it was made for. What was that thing even there for? He says, it was made for the UA exam. They're planning to use it that year, but they never did. Symptom, he also says, let me handle these fools.
Shut up! Shut your goddamn mouth!
Okay. He goes on. Now let me show these fools how it's really done. He clashes with Conqueror and Centurion, and on the inside of the castle, Nobushi looks at the battle from far away and stumbles into the gate opening it up and walking inside backwards, only to have a pull arm? Yeah, pull arm. Pull arm to the throat as Lawbringer and a small regiment of men had already taken over the castle. She tried negotiating herself out of her death, but he just seems to stop his pull arm and just drop it. The Lawbringer, and what I'm referring to, he's also wearing the thing. What am I doing? I'm killing just for a dead captain. She controlled everything. We're factions, sure, but she started this in the first place. I'm not going to end it just for her greedy wars. I refuse to kill for her. I'm a man of law, not of execution. Nobushi is quite surprised by this, but she doesn't trust him yet. If this is true, denounce your loyalty to her. Fine. I, Ulrich von Liechtenstein, hereby pronounce myself not associated with Apollion's wolves. You actually did it. Huh. Well, to prove yourself even more, go kill those who you were so loyal to just seconds before to prove your loyalty. Fine. There are animals upon us anyways. You know what? I can't keep on calling her freaking Nobushi. How about Samehada? That one just comes to my mind fast. I don't know why. It's just easier for me to remember Samehada. Samehada? I don't even know how to pronounce it right, so don't judge me, please. I don't even know. Anyway, her name just comes fast, okay? And Google translates much better at it. I don't know why. I don't care. Don't like it? Fuck you. Now, Samehada, happy that he's actually going out and doing this. It's like, well, alright, I might as well go with you. And he's like, sorry for the apology. Anyways, Ulrich hears this, and of course he's hesitant at first, but whatever. Gladly. He charges into the field, as Kensei had halfway lost the battle because of his troops dying. But he was doing well against them, considering. Ulrich charges in, knocks the spear off of... I started reading the entirety. He charges Centurion, picking him up, thrusting him into the air. Completely off the ground, like he picked up him fully. Carried him 50 meters. As he was trying to stab him while he was carrying him, he throws him off the edge. Him falling all the way down into the moat below. His armor sinking to the top, floating to the top mysteriously. He turns back to, he turns back and charges at Conqueror, who at this point was just trying to block every attack, as basically Lawbringer and Kensei were just spamming heavy attacks, okay? They were just maybe like switching up, like left side, right side, right side, right. Yeah, basically, they were just doing that. He was blocking them, but not enough. So like, not enough that it was like blocking it fully, like it was lethal. Like he was blocking it from being lethal, basically. So it's still like bleeding him out. So over time, over like 5 minutes of him just going, he finally bleeds out, and he just kind of like, and he's like on his knees, and he looks up, and then, what was his name? Ulrich looks to Kensei, and Kensei's like, you got this. And he's like, right. And Conqueror's like, oh fuck. and he just like shoves his shoves his pole arm into his mouth, and it like spears out the back. He's like, and he like picks him up, and his armor is so heavy. You've seen Conqueror, right? He has some pretty heavy armor. You look at him closely, and like he like starts to rip, and he like throws him, and the head like comes off, like the body starts flying over, and it like gets impaled on like a stalactite that was around, and like blood sprays everywhere, all over their armor. And he's like, "Job well done." And the symptoms like, "You killed a man, Orochi," or Nor. I guess Nor. Yeah, Nor. No. It's weird name. Okay, that was it though. Hope you guys liked the gore. I'll be sure to make number 2 in a little bit. Like, I'll be sure to record number 2, part 8, in a little bit, and I'll get to you guys next time. See you guys.